Okay, I know it's been a while. Thought I'd try a softball to get back in the saddle. I'm gonna attempt to do this in one take, so may get some blah, but tongue-tied stuff. But anyway, I'm scrolling across my Facebook, and I see this, and I'm like, okay, I'll give this a look. Yeah, somebody telling me what I shouldn't be doing. This is gonna go great. I'm assuming this is gonna be some serious woman-splaining. So, anyway, it's called 16 Things Guys Should Really Stop Doing. It says if you don't do at least one of these things, you're probably lying. If you're truly innocent of the following, you certainly know one of your guy friends who's been there, done that. Come on, guys, we can do better. Really? So basically, you're going to list off a bunch of things that guys do that you think they shouldn't. Okay, well, let's dive right in. First up, we've got humble bragging about workouts. Guys usually don't straight up brag. Bullshit. Guys brag all the time. Straight up, out the gate, yeah. They're like, I hit that, I did that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyway, carrying on. Instead, they'll say something like, man, I'm spent after running that triathlon. Or, woo, I'd help you with those groceries, but I finally benched 17 pounds. 17 pounds, huh? Impressive. Uh, yeah. No. I don't know many people who do that. Now, maybe the triathlon thing. And you know what? Guy runs a triathlon. They've earned the right to humble brag. But the thing, oh, I'd help you do this, but I finally did this. That's a douchebag thing, not a guy thing. And women do it too. And just not about workouts. Oh, hell, sometimes about workouts. I think I've seen a couple of them. But let me tell you, a guy on the rowing machine there sure looks happy. Anyway, it says, we get it. You exercise and you want to tell someone. Just go ahead and tell us. Okay, well, what is the proper way for us to tell you that we worked out? Just wanted you to know I ran 7 miles today. Can I get a like? Give me some sort of attention. I don't know. Or, yeah. Oh well, moving on. Taking pictures with the beard look. You know the one we're talking about, right? It's when you take a selfie with one eyebrow raised. For some reason, while not all guys with beards do this, only guys with beards do this. And to that I say, bullshit. That look was pioneered by Mr. Spock. And in my entire Star Trek watching experience, I have only seen Mr. Spock with anything resembling a beard once, and that was Evil Spock to boot. And I was making this gesture long before I was able to grow a beard, much less the fine, manly thing I have now. So it's not an only beard guy doing this thing. It's you're a dumbass because you only notice it with beard guys. Anyway, they go on to say, this has become an epidemic. It's a guy's way of saying, I clearly want you to validate how I feel about my appearance, but by lifting my eyebrows slightly, I'm showing that I'm above the whole selfie craze. I'm not really serious about this, and I'm a fun-loving, outdoorsy type. Felicia, please take me back. I can change, I swear. Right. This from the gender that brought us the duck face. Sorry. Not with you on that one. Okay, moving on. Number 3, posting on social media about extremely minor home repairs. By all means, if you replaced your hardwood floors, installed an entire HVAC system, or rigged up your home's lighting system to drop a can of something onto intruders' heads, brag about it and post a picture. You're even allowed to add a hashtag. We won't judge because we can't do all that stuff. And then they get a picture there. And if you start posting pictures like captions like, I just fixed this creaky doorknob. Handsome. Hashtag handsome, not handy. Or bent the toilet tub back so that it no longer sounds like a dying cat. Hashtag life goals. We don't really need the update. Well, fuck you. Maybe I feel proud of this. Maybe I'm like inept at the whole home repair thing, and this is a major accomplishment for me. And, or maybe, hey, I'm just bored and don't have anything better to say. I mean, how many times do you see people posting, hey, look what I just cooked? Or, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank, but people post shit about meaningless shit they do all the time. Why do you gotta pick on the home repair thing? Especially when the guy might actually be proud of what he's managed to accomplish. Just because it's easy for you doesn't mean it's easy for everybody. Okay, number 4. Wearing muscle shirts in public. Okay, first of all, I've got to say, looking at the picture here, that's not a muscle shirt, that's a tank top. A muscle shirt is a regular t-shirt with no sleeves. This is a tank top. Anyway, they say they're not called muscle shirts because they give you muscles. Mostly, they just expose your body odor to random passerby. Random passerby? Shouldn't that be random passerbys? Is passerby the plural of passerby? I don't know. I'll look it up. No, I won't. I'm too lazy. And they go on to say, nobody needs your nobody needs your pit stench while you're waiting in line at the DMV. Even at the gym, muscle shirts are a little over the top, and they're never as impressive as you apparently think. As I referenced before, this coming from a gender with the halter top. Or the, whatever you call it, short shirt that shows off the midriff, which a lot of times it shouldn't. But especially if they've got like a belly piercing and they got the really cut short, or even Daisy Dukes. Not that I'm complaining. I love it when somebody who can pull it off does the halter top Daisy Dukes thing. But, I mean, nobody gripes about that, so why are you griping about my tank top? Because let me tell you, I don't wear a tank top to show off my muscles. Okay, sometimes I do. But mainly I wear it because they're freaking comfortable. Would you rather me run around shirtless? No, I think not. I got a bit of a dad bod. But this way, hey, it's as close as I can get to comfortably running around shirtless and still be covered to a decent standard. You know, pit stench, yeah, that's what my right guard's for. Anyway, number 5, refusing to let anyone else touch your grill. Yeah, the picture's a bit misleading. Okay, they explain that here. We're talking about cooking surfaces, by the way, not diamond encrusted teeth. That makes things clearer. I'll forgive the picture for that one. If you've got a Paul Wall style grill, go ahead and be stingy. Don't let anyone touch it. Also, smile for me, Daddy. I don't know what a Paul Wall style grill is. I'll admit I'm somewhat of a newbie to the whole grilling situation, but it's my grill. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, I'll go back to that. Because I'm going to go ahead and let them get their piece out, and then I'll respond. So they say, no, we're talking about the dudes who refuse to let anyone else grab a spatula at the family cookout. Not so fast, he'll say, laughing, but also strangely serious. My house, my grill. Dude, it's a pit of burning coal. The worst someone can do is make it slightly warmer or slightly cooler. You didn't figure out some genius way to cook the burgers. You just watch the same 6 YouTube videos that the rest of us watch. Loosen up and let someone else man the tongs for a while. Lazy pun intended. Okay, first thing I take away from this is apparently there's 6 YouTube videos out there that I need to watch. Secondly, no, fuck you. My house, my grill. I mean, you get in my car, I'm giving you a ride, am I going to let you choose the station? No, I don't think so. My car, my radio. You don't like it? Tough shit. You don't have to ride. Same thing here. You don't like my grilling? Then don't come over and eat my burgers. It's as simple as that. Now, personally, I'm not that stingy with it. You know, I've got a buddy who likes his burgers rare, and I tell you, that's not my thing. When I cook a burger, I cook my burger. So if he wants his burger rare, hey, I'll hand him the spatula and tell him to go to town. But still, that's my choice to do. Because like anything else, I'm not going to let some random stranger walk in here and plop down, well, even some random family member walk in and plop down at my computer. It's going to be something serious before I turn my keyboard over to them. Same thing with my grill. I mean, yeah, it's a pit of burning coal, but damn it, it's my pit of burning coal. All right. Dead horse beaten there. So let's move on to number 6. Wait a minute. Had to get a good neck crack out. Flashing cash. Oh, you've got a roll of 20s? That makes you a 100-air? Right. It's 2017, and everyone else keeps their money in banks. You could be doing the same, but instead you opted to buy the $100 money clip that lets you flash your big stack of $1 bills every time you pick up a pack of Dentyne at the 7-Eleven. First of all, I'm not buying Dentyne at the 7-Eleven. We don't even have a 17. Yeah. We don't even have a 7-Eleven within driving distance of here. I mean, there might be one an hour away, but usually I'm at the dollar store or the corner gas station buying a pack of Marlboros, and I flash my cash. Yeah, you know why I flash my cash? Because some of us don't have good credit, and they actually do credit checks to let you have a banking account these days. And maybe I don't trust banks. Maybe I don't want my money in the bank. Maybe I want to have it in my pocket because maybe I'm one of these people who's really bad. Well, here, for example, I had a couple $100 in my bank account, and I've been using it through the week. I'd buy lunch, $7 here, $8 there, go buy a pack of cigarettes here, might even throw a few dollars worth of gas in my truck, swipe the card, don't have to worry about it. I go by the bank, I check my balance, and I'm expecting like $60-$70 in there. Yeah. No, I got $20 left because I hadn't been keeping up with it. Now, when I got money in my pocket, I know how much I've got. And you know what dealing in cash, the one thing I never have to deal with is overdraft charges. So get over it. You can take your plastic and shove it up your ass. Moving on. Number 7. Catcalling. Seriously. Okay. Alright, I'll let them have their piece, and then I shall respond. Because there is so much wrong here. Setting aside the misogyny of catcalling, let's just look at it practically. Has it ever worked? Picture a woman walking near a construction site. "Hey, smile for us, pretty lady," one of the construction workers yells in between wolf whistles. Let me scroll down. She turns to him, her eyes glimmering with tears. "Why, thank you," she says, hurling her phone number at him. "Nobody with a heavy equipment certification has ever given me a mild compliment before." Yeah, doesn't happen. Find a courtship ritual that doesn't require straight up disrespecting women by yelling at them, or start dating sloths which use wild screaming to attract mates. I did not know that. Okay, I officially learned something. 6 YouTube videos, mating rituals with sloths. This is actually turning out to be a rather educational article. I'm surprised. Anyway, first let's look at the picture. Okay, this is your first hint. This looks like something out of, I don't know what, the 20s? 30s? I don't know, it's old. You know why? Because people don't do that shit anymore. They might have done it back then, but, I mean, I've worked on a lot of construction sites, and never once have I heard somebody do a cat call, or yell a mild compliment at a lady, or do the whistle thing. If I heard somebody do the whistle thing, it was usually the boss saying, "Get back to work." It wasn't aimed at a lady. Now, do we stop and stare when some hot chick walks by? Yes. Yes, we do. But we don't do the yelling. We don't do the cat calling. No, that doesn't happen. That is a thing of the past. Get over it. Alright. Moving on to number 8. Bragging about completing minor parental duties. They said duties. Okay, again, I'll let them say their piece first. Guys love to take credit for changing diapers, packing lunches, reading bedtime stories, or just existing in the same house as their kids. We're not saying that you shouldn't be proud of a job well done, but resist the urge to brag about it. While you are demanding recognition on the internet, your wife just single handedly prevented a major potty training disaster. Okay. Okay, this kind of reminds me of the previous one about household chores. Um, I know a lot of women who are horrible mothers, but most mothers I know, they got it down. I mean, they're like frickin' superheroes. I get that. Most dads I know, myself included, we're inept. I mean, my ex-wife would come in and have dinner cooking and ask the kids what they want and blah blah blah, and I mean by the time before the kids even realize they're hungry, there's like a mountain of food prepared. And and I'm like the opposite. She comes in, it's like, "Did you feed the kids?" I'm like, "They never said they were hungry." You know, uh I'm not wired that way. I don't do the domestic duties. Yeah, no, that's the duties. Well, so I mean, for the dads who manage to pull off this stuff, if I manage to cook a decent dinner, which to me that's usually Hamburger Helper, which is stroganoff is my specialty. But sure, I'm gonna brag about it because it's something I'm not very good at that I managed to pull off. That's what you brag about is the things that you're not good at and you actually manage to pull off. And then you've got the other one. I have a buddy on Facebook who is always bragging about dad shit. And dude's a single dad. And he's like super dad. I mean, he can braid his kids' hairs. He does all sorts of crazy shit that I just would never occur to me. And hats off to him for being dad of the year. So, hey, get over it. I mean, some guys are good at it, some aren't. And why not brag at it? Okay, I'm moving on. I know I'm saying moving on a lot. I'll probably say it about, well, we're on number 9, so probably about 7 more times. But number 9, wearing athletic shoes to work. Excuse me while I cringe. Okay, some guys are stylish, some aren't. We totally get that. However, there's no excuse for showing up for work looking like you're ready to run the Boston Marathon at a moment's notice. Get yourself a nice pair of dress shoes. Don't worry, if you suddenly have to sprint out of the office to catch a passing thief, they'll work just fine. This said by someone who has obviously never tried to chase somebody down wearing dress shoes. Let me tell you something about dress shoes. They're for dressing up and looking nice. They aren't comfortable. I mean, I've got boots that look awesome, but I'm not going to spend the day at work in them. I very often, I usually wear tacticals myself, mainly because, hey, they're comfortable and they're rugged and they're durable, and I work in an industry where you need rugged and durable footwear, and, they're comfortable. But there's a lot of times I'll wear sneakers. Usually for me it's a pair of Chucks, but I'm not beyond, I'm not going to buy $100 pair of running shoes. But if I did, I would still wear them to work. Why? Because I do a lot of walking in my job. I spend 90% of my day on my feet, and I don't need dress shoes making me feel so uncomfortable. Or are you just assuming that all guys spend their days sitting in cafes writing shitty haikus? Now, in that case, sure, get your dress shoes. You're not using your feet anyway. But if you have a job where you actually have to move around, then, yeah, by all means, wear something comfortable. If you want to look stylish, do that too. It's not like we're wearing hooker boots and high heels. Moving on. Oh well. Oh boy, this is going to be a good one. Number 10 is asking women if they're upset. Okay, according to this article, upset is one of those code words that doesn't sound too bad until you consider whether you'd ever say it to a member of the same sex. Dude, you just snapped at me. Are you upset? Feels like there should be a bra in there. If it feels a little strange, that's because it is. Upset is code for can I diminish your feelings by attributing them to a wild estrogen flare up? Because I really want to get back to my PlayStation without feeling bad about the things I've said and done. What the actual fuck? Okay, ladies, let me clue you into something. Guys don't understand your code. Upset may be your code word for a, as you put it, estrogen flare up. But to us, upset is code for upset. Or maybe angry. Or maybe anxious. Or maybe sad. But for some reason, not your normal self and not your normal condition. I mean, usually 99.9% of the time, if a guy asks you if you're upset, he genuinely wants to know if you're upset, and probably the subsequent follow-up question of why are you upset? Because guys like to fix things. We want to know what's going on. If you come in and you're tearing our heads off and we're like, are you upset about something? We actually want to know if you're upset about something. Yes, it should be obvious, but hey, we're guys. We miss the obvious. You should know that by now. We don't speak your code. To us, upset means upset. And to answer your question, yes, I would say that to a member of the same sex. I have many times asked my friends, dude, you look a little bit upset. You alright? You know, what's up? That's just common. And it's because we think they look a little bit upset and we're curious as to why. It's not a sexist thing. We don't just say it to women, and it's not fucking code. Get over yourself. Okay, momentary pause while I find a lighter that actually works. Smoking is bad, kids. Don't smoke. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Wearing fedoras. Cringe. Well, okay, if you're Harrison Ford, you can wear a fedora. Otherwise, that $10 hat you picked up isn't going to have the suave, mysterious effect you've expected. Most guys who wear fedoras have two issues. First, the hats are never fitted, so they make the guy look like a kid playing dress-up. Secondly, they wear the fedora with jeans and a Diablo 3 t-shirt. Okay, first of all, Diablo 3 sucked. It was nowhere near as good as Diablo 2. So, if I'm going to be wearing a Diablo shirt, it's going to be Diablo 2. Just to keep things clear. Anyway, to continue, if you're going to wear a hat that doesn't have a baseball team's name on it, get it fitted, then pick up some slacks and a nice suit jacket. If the hat store tries to sell you a fedora, it's not a hat store, it's a Target. Well, fuck you. I've got two fedoras, and I enjoy both of them. One of them is this black corduroy number that fits surprisingly well for a hat that, yes, I did pay $10, but it was at Walmart, not Target. And my other is a green plaid that I mostly wear around St. Paddy's Day and other times when alcoholic beverages are involved, and usually comes off well. And it also fits surprisingly well for a hat I bought off the shelf. Now, I'll take the picture of the dude at the bar with the, I don't know, it's either can or straw, I'm not sure. I don't like that one. I think fedoras should be black or something crazy, because, hey, crazy people do crazy things. I've never been accused of being sane. But I don't wear it to look suave and mysterious. I wear it because I fucking like the hat. Okay? Second of all, I'm not gonna wear slacks. I don't do slacks. And I don't have the money for fitted hats. I'm white trash. And I honestly don't know if I own a hat with a baseball team's name on it. I wear several baseball caps, if that's what you're trying to reference. I've got one that's got my name on it. I've got several that have business names on them or organizations that I'm associated with. I've even got one with my fire department logo and badge number on. Get over it. It's my head. I'll wear what I want. I mean, you should considering some of the hats that I've seen women wear. No. Okay. I'm moving on. Gotta move on. Okay, I can tell this is gonna piss me off. Performing ironic acoustic covers of rap songs. Okay, they admit women should stop doing this too, but they say they've seen more guys committing this atrocity. Ooh, what an atrocity. Most ironic covers end up with the guy crooning a Snoop Dogg song over the same three chords. It was cute the first time someone tried it back in 1988. At this point, it's not dangerous, funny, or creative in any way. It's just a way to bore your friends at a party so badly that they finally tell you to hand the guitar to the long-haired dude who knows some Oasis. Do you understand what we're saying? They'd literally rather hear Wonderwall. Okay, first, to answer your question, no, I don't know what you're saying because I don't know what a Wonderwall is, and I don't know who Oasis is. So, most of the long-haired dudes that I hang out with that can actually play the guitar are going to throw out some Black Label Society or something like that. At the very least, we're going to get some Floyd. And for the whole premise on this, I will agree with the ironic part. Yeah, it's not for the irony. I don't appreciate the irony, but I've heard some really fucking good acoustic covers of rap songs, and I think it's really fucking funny. It's not ironic, it's funny. I mean, right now, pause this video, open another window, and look up Dynamite Hack's version of Boys in the Hood. And yes, I get that it's heavily ironic, and maybe they did it in 1988, but it's still fucking awesome. It's hilarious. And, you know, when you're at a party and you actually have enough talent to play an acoustic guitar and sing at the same time, my hat's off to you because my singing voice is horrible and I can barely play an acoustic, and there is no way I could pull off singing and playing at the same time, much less a rap song. But one of the cool things is, if an acoustic's easy to carry around, it's easy to bust out at a party. I don't have the means, and most people don't have the means, to bust out your full setup you need to do a full-on rap song. And, you know, it's funny to hear Gin and Juice do an acoustic cover. You know, just because your taste in music doesn't match mine, just don't listen to my damn music. If you don't like the music at the party, you can ask them to change it, or you can go somewhere else. Bye, Felicia. Oh. Drinking protein powder is number 13. What? Okay. They say protein powder is great for making your digestive system work strangely. If that's your goal, go ahead and mix up another terrible shake. If you really need a boost of protein, then try some nuts or some meat or mushroom or any other actual food. If you insist on the protein powder, have at it, we guess, but don't talk about how much you drank as if chugging a chocolate-flavored milkshake is an achievement. And please, for the love of all that is holy, rinse out the glass when you're finished. Okay, that last part, I totally agree, because you mix a protein shake and you don't rinse it out the next day, that shit is nasty. But getting back to the point, I mean, I drink protein shakes. Do you know why I drink protein shakes? I drink protein shakes for two reasons. One, when I work out, I want to get the maximum effect out of my workout. You know, as my old instructor said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I don't know if this is really cheating, but hey, if there is something I can drink that is going to make my muscles get bigger and stronger and make it where I can work out more after a workout, then yeah, why wouldn't I go for it? A second thing, try actual food. You know, actual food requires this thing called preparation. I guess nuts don't. I didn't know shrooms were a good source of protein, so I guess we'll add that to the list of things I'm learning in this article. but you have to cook meat. I actually keep pre-mixed protein drinks in my fridge so I can grab them and go, because sometimes I don't have time to eat. Sometimes I just need to get enough nutrients in my body so I can make it through my day of work until I have time at lunch to go grab a burger. Plus, since you brought digestive issues into the mix, I have found that since I started my little routine of drinking protein shakes in the day and eating actual food at night, my digestive system has worked much better. And, because for some reason, when I eat first thing in the morning, by 10 o'clock, I'm having to hit the head, and my boss is not happy that he's having to wait on me to get it out of my system. And so, I just can't agree with you on that one. Moving on to number 14, which is post photos with cryptic pseudo-inspirational hashtags. Really? Oh yeah. Some guys will post a photo of themselves biking or driving or just sitting on a bench looking menacing, along with a quote from Gandhi and some hashtag like hashtag never stop the struggle or hashtag strive for life. We just made those up, but we guarantee they're already trending among 20-something dudes who just discovered gym memberships for the first time in their lives. Let's get it straight. The only acceptable use for hashtags is making fun of the concept of hashtags. Okay. Or maybe you want it to trend. Maybe you want some attention. You use I use my cryptic pseudo-inspirational hashtag. Hashtag abide. I'll put it on this post. I'll link it in the comments. Yeah, or the description. Yeah. And when I share this on Facebook, you can be damn sure I'm gonna put hashtag abide on it. Because you know why? It's my fucking post. I can put what I want. If I want to do a hashtag, I'm going to do a hashtag. And let me tell you, women are far more guilty of this than men. Whether it's the struggle is real or third world problems, which in my case it would be Kong world problems. Or, oh, excuse me, I didn't do it right. Hashtag Kong world problems. But, hey, if I want to be snarky, I can be snarky. You want to attack the 20-somethings? Then attack the 20-somethings. I'm 40. Okay. I'm a little bit north of 40. But I am a middle-aged man, and I don't do this shit. And I discovered gym memberships. I've been to gyms. I don't like them. I would rather work with my own free weights at the house. But still, get over it. Number 15, one-upping. Yeah. Want to kill a conversation? Tell a story that's slightly more important? Oh, I can't talk. Thank God for editing. Want to kill a conversation? Tell a story that's slightly more impressive than the story you just heard. For extra points, preface your story with something like, "That's nothing." Leave your ego at the door and just have a conversation. Don't try to insist on yourself every time there's a half second of silence. Insist on it's not. Did I read that wrong? Don't try to insist on yourself every time there's a half second of silence. That makes no sense whatsoever. You should fire your editor. Well, you probably don't have an editor, because no self-respecting editor would edit this piece of shit bullshit list. Anyway, going back to the actual topic of one-upping. Again, I say, this is not a guy thing. This is a douchebag thing. I know a guy. Everybody knows a guy. I actually know several guys, but I know that one guy in particular. Every time anybody in the group told a story, he'd have to do the one-up. We call them the one-uppers. And you know what? I'm not friends with him anymore. And, all the guys that I hung out with back then that were friends with him, they aren't friends with him anymore either. And one of the main reasons they're not friends with him is because he was a one-upper. And they're fucking douchebags. And it's fucking annoying. And women do this too. Again, not just a guy thing. It's a douchebag thing. Gender is not required. Okay, finally, we're to the end. Number 16. I think this was 16 things. God, I hope so, because I can only do so much more of this. Okay, 16. One-upping, then walking it back. Seriously? That's a thing? Okay, let's see what they say. This is even worse somehow. When a dude one-ups, seriously, you're using dude? Are you a dudist? I'm a dudist. I'm allowed to use dude. I don't know if you're allowed to use dude. Shit, I just dropped the cherry off my cigarette. Oh, shit. Hot. Okay. House fire averted. Okay, back to this. Oh, where were we? When a dude one-ups, then realizes what he's done and tries to make his story less impressive. Really? Okay. Here's an example. Hey, I went fishing and caught a 2-pound bass. Bass. That's nothing. I once caught a 20-pound catfish. Well, it was really closer to 15 pounds, and it was in a stock pond. And I wasn't fishing with a reel. I used a net. And instead of a fish, it was a cheeseburger. And instead of a pond, it was a truck stop. Okay. Pull up your web browser and type in the word sarcasm. Hopefully, it will pull up a definition. If not, go to Wikipedia or some shit like that. Because that's not one-upping and then pulling it back. That is snark. That is talking shit. That is cracking a fucking joke. I am sorry that you have no sense of humor. Perhaps, I don't know. And maybe the thing where guys don't get the code, women don't understand sarcasm. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Of course, then there's the rule. I forget the guy's rule, But no, the rule does not apply here, because while this is typed, you're typing it as if it were. Sorry, bumped the mic. You're typing it as if it were being spoken, and so sarcasm does carry over in voice. Anyway, they follow up to say with their final sentence is, if you have nothing to say, say nothing at all. Nobody will mind. Did they actually mean to say that? Did they mean to say if you have nothing to say? I mean, I would have said if you have nothing good to say. But maybe they actually do mean, okay, I'm going to take them at what they typed. And if you have nothing to say nothing at all. Nobody will mind. And to this I say, maybe you should take your own advice, because this has been one big long article of bullshit nothing, and you never should have typed it. Okay? Follow your own advice, and let me tell you, not only will people not mind, they'll appreciate you. Okay, that's it for this video. I've had enough, so signing out. Tune in next time. Don't forget to abide, except when you shouldn't. Where's the stop button? Can't find the stop button.